Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. On the 18th of March 2024, Bonjean was present in time at the Court of Appeals to present her opening brief in an oral argument regarding R. Kelly's Northern District of New York case. At around 10 a.m. that morning, Bonjean was given the opportunity to defend her client R. Kelly, but before she could come to the end of the first sentence, the first male judge interjected her with what I would refer to as a disrupting and unnecessary question. "Are you saying you are challenging the jury instruction?" the judge asked, but rather in a manner that seemed aimed at derailing Bonjean from the chronology of her argument, by trying to put words in her mouth. He didn't stop at that, but rather kept on interrupting her for almost the entire first 8 minutes of her submission. Bonjean fought bravely back against being diverted from explaining her argument, by recollecting and trying to make her point about RICO understood. It is also obvious that this particular judge tried to disrespect Bonjean. I have been quiet for some time trying to analyze the recording so as to maybe understand what the aim of this particular judge was in behaving in this way. Though for sure I haven't made any clear breakthrough in this personal investigation, the possibility that this particular judge has binding links with the district judge and Donnely cannot be ignored. It was clear one could see hate in his interjections and questions he was directing to Bonjean, all efforts aiming at protecting Judge Donnely and the other greater part suggesting to say that R. Kelly should end the fight for his rights. What was seen in the courtroom by all those who advocate for justice is the fact that the surviving R. Kelly docuseries and the Me Too movement were being brought back to life, but this time around in the courtroom. It is indeed very saddening for the judges of such caliber to behave in a segregative way like he did, because when it came to the prosecution, it was given the seamless opportunity and calm to present what was more of the alleged victims' stories rather than any legal argument. Notably, the government was just reading testimonies of the alleged victims, just like in the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. Bonjean had argued that for RICO to be relevant, it needed to have an element of something illegal elicited, something the government had not proven in this R. Kelly case. Bonjean was not even given the opportunity to delve into her citations, especially that of Boyle, to back up her argument. Nonetheless, through thick and thin she was able to expose the misinterpretation of the law by government. We, the supporters of R. Kelly's cause, should for sure not lose hope, because not all the appeal judges on the panel behave that way. The recordings will be listened to and recommendations will be made, and I am sure this unnecessary interruption of Bonjean's submission will be put into context. This New York oral argument has just been the opposite of what happened in Chicago, where the judges showed an acceptable level of respect for Bonjean. She was equally given the right environment to present her argument, and the questions asked seemed relevant and intended to understanding her argument better. Let us comprehend the fact that hating someone at first sight is a complex phenomenon influenced by psychological, social and situational factors. Initial impressions, often shaped by demeanor and past experiences, can lead to instant aversion. Could this have been the case between this judge and Jennifer Bonjean? We also know that cultural conditioning and biases, as well as feelings of jealousy or perceived threats, can also contribute to immediate dislike. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that these reactions were not rational nor justified, even if they were meant to protect Ann Donnely. In the United States, the selection of appellate judges is a diverse process varying between federal and state levels. Federal appellate judges, including those in the Supreme Court, are nominated by the President and confirmed by the Senate. State-level processes vary widely, ranging from gubernatorial appointments with or without nominating commissions to elections, and occasionally legislative appointments. However, we should also note that the selection methods can be influenced by constitutional provisions, statutes and traditions. Appellate judges' terms also vary, with some serving fixed terms, and others until retirement or reaching a certain age. Overall, the process reflects a blend of legal frameworks, political factors and institutional practices tailored to each jurisdiction's legal landscape. It may be rather unfortunate that this particular judge was biased and trying to protect Donnely for his own particular reasons, or was already on the Me Too bandwagon. If it came to the worst, we should remember that appealing to the Supreme Court of the United States marks the ultimate recourse within the federal judicial system. Firstly, a party seeking to appeal known as the petitioner, and in this case R. Kelly submits a petition for certiorari. This petition requests the court to review the decision rendered by a lower court. The petitioner must typically demonstrate that the case involves a significant federal question or presents a conflict among lower courts on the matter at hand. With such behavior during the appeal argument, Bonjean's request would for sure be of great interest to the Supreme Court. Upon receipt, the court's clerks meticulously review the petitions, preparing summaries and recommendations for the justices. However, from the multitude of petitions received annually, it is only a fraction that are granted certiorari, indicating the court's willingness to review the case. Should the court agree to hear a case, both parties involved submit written briefs outlining their legal arguments. These briefs meticulously analyze the legal issues at stake, citing relevant case law and statutes to support their positions. Subsequently, the court schedules oral arguments during which attorneys for both sides present their cases before the justices. This phase provides an opportunity for the justices to pose questions, seeking clarifications or challenging arguments presented by the attorneys. Following oral arguments, the justices deliberate to reach a decision. This decision is typically conveyed through a written opinion outlining the court's reasoning and legal conclusions. It may consist of a majority opinion, along with concurring and dissenting opinions if justices hold differing viewpoints. Once issued, the decision becomes binding precedent for lower courts and future cases dealing with similar legal issues. However, it's crucial to recognize that the Supreme Court exercises discretion in selecting cases, typically opting for those involving significant legal questions like Bonjean's RICO question at hand, conflicts among lower courts, or matters of national importance. Let us hold on to hope and maintain an optimistic perspective regarding R. Kelly's imminent release from prison. As we await this outcome, it's essential to remain positive and keep faith in the possibility of a favorable resolution. Believing in R. Kelly's eventual freedom not only uplifts our spirits but also provides him with the support and encouragement he needs during this challenging time. Let us continue to extend our unwavering support and positivity as we anticipate his return to freedom and the opportunity for a brighter future ahead. Thank you for watching today's video brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.